as you can see, Taskmaster throws his shield at you when you're at distance. He never throws his shield. In 3 months, the first 3 months, he threw his shield maybe once. I've seen him throw his shield. Other than that, he just kind of just swings his shield at you a little bit in a melee. A weak-looking melee, by the fact. And now he's actually throwing his shield. As of December 9th, December 8th and December 9th, he was throwing his shield when you're at distance. So they like improved his AI. And also he would use a rope attack, a lasso attack. And he'd pull you in and kick you. And the only way you had to break out of it is if you do like an air slam. Or you activate your super, it makes you temporarily invincible. So he can't pull you in, reel you in, and kick you. Okay, he had that super, and in this video you can see him do it multiple times against Kamala Khan. He actually nails Kamala Khan with it, and he nails me with it once. And then one time he got me with the lasso. I broke out of it with a air slam with my sword to the ground. And then obviously another time he tried to do it, I dodged it. So he caught me all at once. But it's cool. He actually does a different attack. He just does some lame bullet sponge that just gets beat to death. Basically, walks around and gets beat to death, like he does in most encounters previously. And after they added a patch to Kate Bishop, he got dumb again, and he stopped throwing his shield and he stopped using his lasso. The only fix that was permanent was the watchdogs actually appear. Previously, before Kate Bishop came out on December 8th. He would just disappear. When he loses like 1/4 of his health, he would just disappear from the map, and the watchdogs won't appear like they're supposed to. But now at least the watchdogs appear consistently. So they need to patch it again, okay? When Hawkeye comes out, and then make the patch stick. And you can tell that Hawkeye's at least not coming this January 15th because there's no patch. If he was coming January 15th, there would be a patch preceding it. So far, I haven't seen anything. Alright, well, now, hopefully we'll get at least Hawkeye by the end of the month. And then we can worry about getting Cloning Labs Super Adaptoid mission finally in Omega Threat level. And then we can look forward to Black Panther. See, now we have all these things stacking up. That's why I've been really... Super Adaptoid should have came out as either a villain sector or Omega threat level mission immediately when K-Bitch comes out. Because now all this stuff is starting to just back up. Because now, say, when Hawkeye's DLC comes out, right? What's going to happen? Are we going to have just the Hawkeye DLC with just the story alone and just Hawkeye as a playable character alone, and that's it? And then we don't even get Maestro Hulk as a villain sector. They can't even explain Maestro Hulk as a villain sector. It would have to be like a time warp villain sector because it's an alternate timeline in the future. So doubtful we'll get him as a villain sector. So we're going to be in that same quagmire. People are going to want Maestro Hulk as a villain sector for some endgame content, obviously, and we're still waiting for the original endgame content, which never actually came in the Cloning Labs, and we want Super Adaptoid as endgame content in a Mega Threat level mission. So if we get that, hopefully we'll get that by the time Hawkeye comes out. But we'll see how it goes. But people have been starving for content for so long; they'll just be happy just to see Hawkeye. When's Black Panther coming? Maybe March, maybe February, but at the pace they're going, every time there's a holiday, they go on vacation, even though they're at home. So, how much of a vacation do you need? You're already at home, but whatever. We'll see how it goes. I do like that the fact when you use your artifacts, you actually see the artifact visibly on screen in-game. So people keep complaining, mostly are casuals, and scrubs, and they complain that, the gear doesn't matter because you can't see your gear in-game, but you can see your artifacts in-game, and artifacts are part of gear. So that's a false statement. You can't see your gear. You can see your artifacts, because when you have the Tactigon, the Tactigon was the artifact that came with Kate Bishop's DLC. You can see that visibly, obviously on the person's hand, on your player's hand. When you use it, you see it on the hand. It looks like, I guess it's a Chitauri artifact or something, some kind of alien artifact. And you obviously see it on your person's hand when they use it. And as you see in this video, when I use the Darkhold that just finally unlocked, yeah, you see the book clearly in Cap's hand. He uses it, make a damage explosion, and he pulls it back. So there's that. So in less than 24 hours, we're gonna get the new dev stream for Marvel's Avengers. Hopefully, it'll show Hawkeye's DLC and a release date for Hawkeye's DLC. As it is, it's already 1 month after Kate Bishop's release. And they left us up a cliffhanger, so it would be on their best interest to kind of just release the Hawkeye DLC as soon as possible. We already know their format for doing this. They're not going to give us a villain sector. They don't feel obliged to give us a villain sector after we've been sitting here 3 months. There's only, 2 significant villain sectors and 2 of, AIM robots, whatever, for whatever reason. And only reason I can excuse that the AIM cloning labs being late is I think maybe they're giving us new assets, because after we did the mega hives with the same hallways over and over again, it would be a bad look if they made the cloning labs having the same hallways again, because I saw the leaked cloning labs, and at least part of it was the same old assets. It was the same old AIM building you're running in, except the enemies are higher power level, power level, because they're at 150 and 140 power level. That's the only difference between that and the enemies we face in the cloning labs or the regular brutal villain sectors. So, I don't know, it would behoove them to make some new actual scenery for these cloning labs. Nobody wants to do, at least in part, those same AIM buildings over and over again. Cause all I know is the first half of it is, in fact, the same whole AIM buildings we've been in 2 million times, the same labs. And then it ramps up to a different level, and it shows a different area that we haven't been to before. After you at least go through 2 levels of the same old buildings. I mean, it's not even a good look. So, if that's the reason they're delaying it, fine.